Hey guys, welcome back to Pro Gun. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate that. Today, I'm going to be comparing the Glock 17 to the Glock 19X. I'm going to go over what they have in common and what the differences are. And if you're up in the air between one or the other, hopefully you'll have enough information to make your decision. You can't go wrong with either one of them. I like them both, and I wouldn't part with either of them. But at the end of the review, I'll tell you if I can only pick one, what I would choose. So what they have in common is they are both Glocks. They are both 9mm. They both hold 17 rounds. The Glock 17 is a full-size duty weapon. It's got the full-size frame, 4.5-inch barrel with the full-size slide. The Glock 19X is a crossover. The 19X gives you the Glock 17 frame with the compact 4-inch barrel and Glock 19 slide. It also accommodates 17-round magazines as well. Magazines are interchangeable between both of them, except for the Glock 17 Gen 5 mags. And that is because the 19X has this little claw here, and if you go to use the Gen 5 mag, it doesn't fit. However, you can replace the base plate, which are very cheap, and then it works perfectly. The Glock 19X comes with iron night sights instead of the cheesy plastic sights. That's number one. And the trigger is better. The trigger's not as spongy as the trigger on the other Glocks. And it's got the Glock match barrel. The Glock 19X is also in coyote, and it is not available in black, like the Glock 17. You put them side by side, they're exactly the same height. However, the overall length of the Glock 17 is slightly longer. Now, in my opinion, if I could only pick one, I would go with the 19X because it still gives me the 17 and 19 round capacity, but with the shorter slide, it makes drawing from the pistol quicker. I also find that the 19X shoots better, and it's probably because of the shorter slide. It doesn't have as much reciprocation when the slide goes back as the Glock 17. Now, you may argue that the Glock 17's got a 4.5-inch barrel versus the Glock 19X with the 4-inch barrel. You may want to argue the point that you're going to lose some muzzle velocity on the 19X, but you're really splitting hairs because I checked the stats on that, and basically for every inch in barrel length, you lose about 20 to 50 feet per second. And when you're talking a half inch, I mean, you're talking maybe 12 to 15 feet per second. I think that's splitting hairs. I don't think that's really that big of a deal. And if you want to argue the Glock 17 has got a longer sight radius, that's also splitting hairs. I don't think a half inch is really going to make that big of a deal. And the Glock 19X in my opinion, is a little bit easier to carry and conceal because of the compact slide. If I had to choose one of these over the other, if I didn't have either of them and I can only get one, I would go with the 19X. I just think the 19X gives you the best of both worlds. You have the full-size frame that you can really get a good grip on with the compact slide that makes drawing from a holster faster. You have the same exact magazine capacity. The magazines are interchangeable. To me, and you have the cool factor. I think the 19X is cool. I like the fact that it's only available in Coyote. I like the night sights. It also has ambidextrous slide stops. The 19X was originally submitted to be a military duty weapon, and Glock lost that bid to Sig Sauer and made the 19X available to civilians. So if you put them side by side, yeah, they both do the same thing. They both hold, 17 plus rounds, but the 19X, in my opinion, is just a much better gun if I had to choose one between the other. If you're on the fence between one or the other, hopefully this video helps. Thanks for watching.